Hello all, Steph here, and welcome to my 5-part video series called It's Elementary, all about how the 4 natural elements of air, fire, water, and earth reflect throughout our lives. The end result of having watched this series is you will have the tools to meet a challenging situation, moment, person with a lot more objectivity and neutrality and maybe even a sense of humor. Sounds like a win-win to me. So let's start with a couple of the factors about the elements that make them so easy and adaptable. The elements are just that, elements: air, fire, water, earth. They don't have emotions, they don't have histories, past patterns they keep falling into, they don't hold grudges, they don't have an axe to grind, they don't have agendas, they're unloaded. Now, another piece to consider is you already have a working knowledge of the elements. I would bet anything that you touch on the elements in your speech patterns here and there. For instance, are you caught up in the whirlwind of your life? Or is it a breeze? That's the air element. Are you burned by your relationships? Or are you basking in their glow? That's fire. Are you drowning in obligations, or do you have a nice, easy flow to your life? That's water. Is your outlook muddy, or is it grounded and purposeful? That's earth. So they're unloaded, the elements are unloaded, and you already have a working knowledge of them. So let's put that together and I'll give you the gist of the practice, which is by the end of this series, you will have the tools to identify whatever the predominant element is in a situation. And then you'll also have the tools to counter that and neutralize the moment. So let me give you an example. Let's use fire, okay? If there's too much fiery energy in a moment, what do? Do you add air and blow it out? Do you douse it with water? Do you tamp it down with earth? Conversely, if you don't have enough fire in a situation, do you add air to boost it? Do you take away water so it stops sputtering? Do you create a container for it, a hearth, for lack of a better word, so that it can feed on itself and grow? In both cases, you're drawing on air, water, fire, to air, water, earth, to tend the fire in a way you need it to change. So, they're unloaded, you already have a working knowledge, and they're incredibly adaptable. There isn't just one way to counter an element. That's what makes it so flexible and eventually easy to work with. So let's just take a moment, take a breath, that would be the air element, and just start to consider what your relationship is to the elements. Are you comfortable with them? Can you identify them? Is there one that charges you for some reason? Start to play with them just in nature. If you want to overlay them onto a person or a situation, do that too, but this is the beginning part of the practice. So let's start gently and small and see where it takes you. Would love to hear comments about this idea, what elements you like or don't like, whether you experimented with people and situations or not. Remember, you are not taking this for a grade, nor is this pass-fail. It's just a little exploratory exercise, okay? And I'll look to read your comments, and I'll see you back here tomorrow where we will start to dive into the elements themselves. The first one up is the element of air. So until then, take care. Thanks, and cheers.